I can't open mine.
Oh.
Excelsior!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nerd Culture Shock, Episode 8. We're going to talk about comic books today. And this episode is for you, Stan. Tim, how are you? I'm Kenny Lovejoy. This is Tim Thornton.
Absolutely.
The Toyms. We're going to talk about Marvel. We're going to talk about DC. And we're going to talk about everything that we love, including memories, sir. Would you like to start out with memories? What would you like to start out with?
We have
today?
a ton of memories.
Ton of memories.
Most of which involve Stan Lee, so that's amazing.
Yeah, all of them. Most of them.
Kenny's got a massive collection of comics. I didn't bring any of mine with me, but mine do not compare to this whatsoever.
Well, you got a lot, actually. And
I've got a few compared to you. You've got like 8 totes laying around.
First, I would like to talk about, I mentioned memories. I have this right here, so I might as well bring it up. What started us out with comic books, a lot of things, well, comic books, Star Wars, Batman, things like that started us out. Batman's my favorite. I love Batman to death and always have since I was a kid. When we were, how old were we then? I was like 14 or 13.
We were
We
mid-teens.
Yeah. When this movie came out. When Spider-Man came out with...
It was what, 2002?
2002 it came out. It was released theatrically May 3rd, 2002. And we saw it on that day. On opening day.
We did.
In the balcony at the Keith Albee. Remember that? And my brother was there. But yeah, that was one of my favorite, not just comic book memories, that's one of my favorite cinematic memories ever. Like, probably my best cinematic experience ever, dude. Also, to mention 2002, I have to mention Blade. Blade 2 came out that year, and I was super excited about it. Blade 2 came out in March of 2002, and so I remember being super excited because as Blade and Spider-Man, I was like, that's gonna be a big year for Marvel. And then Hulk and Daredevil, I really like those early ones.
I love Daredevil. Daredevil was fantastic.
I loved
Hulk, Hulk is good, but
Hulk was okay.
he was never really one of my favorites.
No, actually, Daredevil might be my favorite Marvel, I think.
Oh, yeah. I love
Probably my
Daredevil.
favorite Marvel.
I love Blade. Blade literally shaped us growing up.
Yeah,
Like,
it did. It did, didn't it?
It really did. That's where my love for vampires comes from.
Oh, really?
Like,
yeah, fuck
I
yeah,
love
dude.
that.
It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, this, the Blade's what, that movie started all of it. I mean, before Blade came out and people it gave X-Men a chance to be made. There would be no X-Men without that, and if there wasn't no X-Men, there'd be no movies. So, I mean, yeah, there were comic book movies before, obviously, but the Marvel stuff did not start until there was Blade.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, there was the Dolph Lundgren Punisher, which was cool. I like that movie. But they really didn't blow up until Blade did it. Blade came along. And they need to bring Blade back into the Marvel Universe.
Absolutely. I don't know if I want a reboot, though. I want Wesley Snipes
It's
back.
got to be Wesley Snipes. Like, you reboot it in style and everything, but it's got to be Wesley Snipes.
Which they actually did a show, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have that on DVD somewhere.
Yep.
But they did a show, and it was good, but it wasn't like...
Yeah.
It wasn't Blade.
It was Sticky Fingers. Comic books. What are your favorite comic book, your top 5 favorite comic book superheroes?
Let's see who you got up here. Definitely Wolverine. I love Wolverine.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here you can look at, too, if you can't think of any.
But I'm gonna group Wolverine in with the X-Men.
Yeah.
The Star Wars comics, of course. I love those.
Yeah. Naturally, I have Star Trek up there.
I gotta go Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
How can you hate on Spider-Man? You know.
Spider-Man also. I literally think straight up that Batman and Spider-Man have the best villains in comic history.
Oh yeah.
Nobody has a better rogues gallery of villains than those two.
I mean, Spider-Man and Batman had a way of having the cartoony, crazy, off-the-wall villains, but still making them believable.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them great.
Yeah. And the new films, I've liked every Spider-Man film, but I think that Sam Raimi, with those first two movies, he captured everything perfectly.
Yeah.
Really. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not being biased. It's not like, oh, well, it came out when I was a kid. And it's not that.
No,
It's
no,
not that.
I agree. Like, cinematically, it's better.
Yeah. Yeah. They still say today that, actually, if you look it up, this is true. A lot of people don't think about this. Spider-Man 2 is still rated the best comic book movie ever made by most all critics. Something special about it. But the first movie is special to me. It's the most special. I love it so much.
I even like the third one. I mean, I know a lot of people rag on it, but
I
It
might
was
rag
good.
on it.
Like,
I don't know about that one.
it wasn't the greatest by any means, but I feel that it's better than the reboot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but it's better than Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think so, but like I said, everybody's going to rag on it. I don't really care. It's my opinion, and that's cool.
My only problem with that is the Goblin, the new Goblin outfit looks like he's a skier. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
only problem I got with it. I love the Sandman, and I love the guy that plays the Sandman.
I didn't like the Sam Raimi Goblin either. Like,
Really?
yeah. The outfit, it looks like a freaking
Somebody
VR
said-
trooper.
Somebody mentioned that. Somebody said it looks like a Power Rangers Goblin.
Yeah. Which,
So-
I mean, that's cool, but
Now, you used to have the book, the Spider-Man movie book, and I don't have it anymore, but you gave it to me, and I don't know what's happened to it, but that had the concepts for what they were going to do.
yeah.
The concepts were way cooler,
Yeah.
weren't they? For that. It was way cooler. I'm going to talk about comic books that I own that I love, which I tried to only pick so many, that way I didn't waste a whole bunch of time. I'm going to talk about Stan for a second. Stan Lee, who this episode's dedicated to, and again, Spider-Man. We're talking a lot about Spider-Man, but these are what started a lot of everything.
Those are amazing additions.
And
by
look
the
how
way.
beautiful they are, man. I mean, it's the Steve Ditko and the Stan Lee, the days of that, the 60s Spider-Man stuff that started everything. The art is beautiful. The writing is awesome. You're not going to find comic books like that anymore. I mean, they're amazing. We were talking about how covers aren't as great as they used to be. I mean, they look more like video game covers anymore.
Yeah.
Than they, yeah, Punisher Warzone. I love Punisher Warzone. I love the Punisher. I think, man, I don't think they've made a bad movie yet. People hate all the movies, but
I
don't
love
think they've-
Punisher. Just the character himself is amazing.
Frank Castle, man. Yeah, there's nothing like him, dude. Nothing like him. It's awesome.
Do you remember they had it out for Nintendo 64 and the original PlayStation? It was a Spider-Man game, and you'd have to like swing your way through the city and go into the buildings and everything.
Yeah.
And like Punisher was
Yeah,
chasing
yeah.
you down at one
And he
point.
shoots you when you're
yeah,
on that thing.
as
And
you're
it takes
climbing
you
up. Yeah.
We played the hell out of that.
Yeah, that
I
was
remember
amazing.
that. I think I played it on N64.
That's what I had it for.
Nintendo 64.
I
That
think
was
we
awesome.
played it together for a while, probably.
Yep, and I played it with my brother a few times. It's just that game.
It still doesn't get old. Like, I could go back and play it now.
I
and
can.
It's still
yeah.
great.
That was actually the first game that I beat all the way through too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you would have to go around and collect the comic books and stuff. That was awesome. It was like
Which I
being able to
loved.
collect comic books in real life and on a game. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
that's pretty cool.
3 Batman books that I love.
Beautiful.
This is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. This is a classic Batman. I have a lot of the figures and stuff up there, a lot of things from it. But Carrie is one of the coolest Robins ever. Girl Robin, she's amazing. Batman: The Killing Joke. It's short too. It's really short. You could actually read this, dude, in 20 minutes, probably. So give it a look sometime. Kevin Smith, Batman Cacophony. Now, I also have The Widening Gyre over there, and he was supposed to write a 3-part. This is the first part of the second part, and he's never did the third part, but hopefully one day he will.
I've got a question for you.
What?
What is your favorite Stan Lee cameo?
Stan Lee cameo?
Yeah.
My favorite Stan Lee cameo, it's Mallrats. Mallrats is number 1 for me, and then I like the cameo in Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great at the strip club.
Comment down below. Tell us what your favorite Stan Lee cameo is.
Yeah, we would like to know. Tell us what your favorite cameo is. Comic book movies. X-Men.
Yeah.
The first X-Men movie. Super important. As we were talking about earlier, actually, might as well put these two together. Blade and X-Men. Blade and X-Men, as we said earlier, are the films that started the Marvel explosion of greatness. And Blade is amazing. I mean, we can't talk about it any more than we already have, how great it is and how much we love it. It's totally great.
Yes.
Batman.
Love it.
Batman is... I love everything Batman. This is probably... the Tim Burton Batman films, to me, are the best. I think they're the best I think they capture the essence of what he is and the essence of what that world is, more than anything.
It's supposed to be very dark.
Very dark, and also fantasy. I think that there's a big thing, there's this huge thing today with making everything, setting it hyper-realism or making it into this real. I don't want that. Daredevil?
I love this. Still one of my favorites to this day.
To this day, it's great, and people rag on Affleck for this movie still, and I think that's why they already had a preconceived notion of what his Batman was going to be or something, people thought. First of all, his Batman was amazing. Other than Michael Keaton, he's the best Batman ever, in my opinion, and he was a great Daredevil. And this film, directed by Mark Steven Johnson, which came out in February, I think Valentine's Day of 2003, is amazing. It's amazing. And it's...
She is actually from Charleston.
Charleston, yeah, she's from...
It's like 30 miles away from us.
Yeah, she's from near here. And... that was where one of our episodes was shot. Spider-Man. We love it very much. It is the best. And except for the exception of there's a couple of lines in it that I would have done differently, and Timmy would have done the costume differently. Actually, I do like the costume of his, but you know, there were concepts that were better.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I'm waiting for a Scarlet Spider movie.
Scarlet Spider? That'd be great. That'd be great. I want to see the new Into the Spider-Verse, but this movie's amazing, and it's a classic. Actually, we're repeating some things, but I mean, hell.
You know, I wonder if Stan Lee's going to have a cameo in that. Did he already shoot? I know.
I don't know.
I know there's at least 2 that I was reading about online. They said at least 2 of his cameos were already shot.
Oh, really? Oh, so there will be...
So he's going to be in a couple more.
That's good. That's awesome. A lot of people were talking about how a lot of things will... Well, I mean, this episode's dedicated to him, but they were talking about movies being... A lot of movies will be dedicated to him.
Yeah.
So. A friend of ours, we interviewed to give us her top 5. What was it? Her top 5? Sarah's favorite? Or no, not favorite.
It was top 5 cheesiest comic book characters of all time.
Here's that interview. Check it out. It's awesome. It's Sarah. And listen to her talk about how awful some things are.
My name is Sarah Smith.
Okay.
I'm a Libra.
Do you like long walks on the beach?
I love long walks on the beach.
We're here with Sarah Smith, who is a Libra who likes long walks on the beach and needs love, and she's here to talk about 5 cheesiest comic book characters. Why don't you lay it on us?
The Black Condor.
Black Condor.
He was I made notes so I could remember his name, but it's Richard Gray. I don't know what it is about what the last name of Gray and them making the men characters into like exotic.
Right.
But if you catch that.
So.
But anyway.
Is that a DC character too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But anyways, he was a U.S. senator, and he looks like he has an exotic. He looks like a Chippendale.
That's a hero right there.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's awesome. I'm not knocking it.
Right.
But you know, it's pretty cool, I guess. But this is the part I don't grasp. The whole village, town, family, everything's completely wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
He's raised by condors.
Right.
Like this group of condors finds him, a bird of prey, and they raise a baby. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, why in the world would you have condors raising a baby? Why not something like Tarzan?
Well, I mean, Kenny was raised by birds.
I was raised by birds. Actually, like
what birds were you raised by?
Actually, you were.
Crows. No, I wasn't raised by birds. I was raised by butt wolves.
Isn't your mom's last name Bird?
Actually, it is. Yes, I guess
That's
it
what I was
technically
saying.
was raised by birds.
I get it now.
But
Zeta.
the Calendar Man, right? No?
Yeah, we can do Calendar Man.
Calendar Man.
He's not so bad, but I about died laughing one day at work when I brought him up talking about it, because in my image or in my brain, I had this image of somebody just throwing calendars at you. And just like chopping off heads with calendars with like super arm strength. And,
That's what Kenny does.
you know,
That's what I do.
crazy
That's
stuff.
I will
Tuesday
trap
night.
you in the month that you hate the most.
But Calendar Man, he's like a villain of Batman. He's the whole Arkham
Yeah.
section, and he commits and like sets all of his crimes around holidays and special days that mean something to him.
Yeah.
Hence, Calendar Man, the Polka Dot Man, Polka Dot Boy, whatever. Also another DC. Apparently, a lot of them I have on my list are DC.
Or DC.
I love
yeah.
DC. Nothing against DC. I even watch some of their shows on CW. Not all of them, but I am a fan of The Flash. And they are pretty cheesy. But I do love cheese. There is the Polka Dot
Polka
Man.
Dot Man.
Yes. He attacks people with his polka dots. They come off of his suit and they morph into different weapons.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But Kite Man,
Kite Man.
another DC universe. He's an oldie, and he just flies around on a hang glider and goes and picks up criminals and sets them free somewhere else. He's a villain, and he'll just come down with his kite and hit you with something, and that's it. That's his special
See,
power.
Tim, you can be Kite Man, dude.
There you go.
Could be.
Yeah, he's Batman.
I love that.
Another
That's the
Batman
simplicity of it. He's like, I'm a Batman. But I'm gonna take on the hardest hero ever, and I have a kite, and it's gonna take him out. It's gonna run.
I mean, there's some people out there I've seen on the beach, but they can fly a kite, but I don't know about taking out Batman. This is my major what the hell moment. Arm fall off boy. And please, Tim, please put that picture up on there
I
so
will.
these people can see this. Because this is just, I don't know. He's a cool character, but like that, the pictures are freaky, the comics and everything. And the storyline, if you read it, just read that out.
I'm trying to understand the.
That's what I'm saying. It's hilarious.
My power will astound you. Observe as I detach my limb.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I can't wait to edit this and put the pictures on here because that's quite disturbing to be honest.
I'll show you a thing or two, Batman. Here are my balls.
Beep to people. What are you looking at?
Well,
Like, where are you looking at? Right there or up there?
either way.
I'm
Either way?
looking anywhere.
Okay, totally edit that part out.
Oh, I'm gonna leave it in.
No.
No, we're leaving that in.
Man.
You know every time I say that, I leave it in.
Oh, lovely. Squirrel Girl. She's alright.
You're like, I don't,
She's
I mean,
alright.
it's more of like, you're going to have to put up a picture of Squirrel Girl so they
Yeah,
can see this.
I definitely will.
Because you have to see it from my point of view.
she kind of marked Squirrel Girl off. She's like, I kind of like her now. I
Yeah,
won't say nothing
but
bad.
I mean,
She grows on you.
she did a little bit, but she's still kind of. I don't know. It's just how they do the comics now. It's not as bad and it makes more sense. But when you go back to like the originals when they first start writing them out and everything and the stories of it,
Yeah.
and you've got some woman trying to come save you who's covered in fur and has ears of a squirrel and has this massive tail sticking out of her pants. What are you going to think?
Well, I trust her. You
You trust her?
I would
I would
run.
not trust anyone with a tail.
You know, it's like the Riddler too was as close as you could get to comics in that.
What?
What?
I just have a lot of memories with the Riddler.
The Riddler?
Yes, my brother.
Gotcha.
My brother was rotten.
You're like, I don't want to think about it. He used to beat me with Riddler. He used to dress as the Riddler and beat me.
There was times where I'd have to answer riddles in order to escape things.
That would have been the best. It should have been that kind of brother.
You still can. We can go find Ricky.
We can still we can find my brother, put him in a trap, and make him like if he doesn't solve a riddle, he'll die.
We could do that.
That's how he'll get neutered.
Yeah.
He'll
He's
get
your
neutered if
younger
he doesn't
brother?
answer the question. What is it?
Is your younger brother?
He's a younger brother. Yeah.
And we're neutering him for Christmas.
It's gonna be the best present he's ever gonna.
Horrible.
He's gonna love it.
It's more of a gift to the world. I want to give you a Nerd Culture Shock shirt.
have a t-shirt.
Awesome! Thank you.
I don't know if it's your size, but it's what I had, so.
All sizes are my
Yeah.
size.
All sizes are your size.
Yes.
If not, your husband can wear it and tell people that we rock when we don't.
This is gonna be mine.
Nobody's
I don't know
gonna
what you're
know
talking
the
about.
I hope you know I'm leaving all that in.
All right.
Every bit of it.
That's hilarious.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Got to now.
This is me whenever I'm like you're editing. This is gonna be me going, no, Tim, edit that out.
Well, this has been Sigourney Weaver. That is who you are, right? Isn't she the girl from Aliens?
Better be. I paid her $2,000.
You're like, I hope
$2,000.
I
That's cheap.
All right, again, that was Sarah Smith with her top 5 cheesiest comic book characters. I want to thank her again for that.
Thank you, Sarah.
She did great. She was super nervous, but she did great.
Sarah.
Is there anything else you want to add to it?
Sarah. Yes, I would like to say thanks to everybody who does watch this show and to the people that that support us. And I mean, there's not like too many people out in the world that are like, you know, watching us, but like the people that are, it's amazing. And the people that that comment and the people that, you know, write us and tell us things, and
We love you guys.
we love you guys. Thank you so much. But thank you for watching and for subscribing and for liking the show.
Liking it.
You like it?
You better like it.
You better like this. If you don't like it, Timmy's gonna tie me up and beat the shit out of me. Right?
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for watching. And Stan, we miss you.
Yes.
And we love you. And thank you for the memories. And thank you for everything that you've given us. Goodbye.